Welcome, people of all generations, to a brand new episode of your soon to be favorite podcast in town. Yes, you heard that right. I just said it. Your soon to be favorite podcast in town. That is Life at 30 with me, yours truly, Claude. As I mentioned before, this podcast or the brand new episode is going to be different. I just want to be loose, to be authentic, to be genuine. What you see is what you get. This is me, and I'm not faking. I'm not going to be too much scripted. As you see in my first episode, I feel like that episode was very cringe. That is why I'm bringing you a brand new episode that is much more lively, very just being me. Right, so stay tuned for the new episodes. This is going to be much more of talking about current things that I believe is relatable to all. Before I move forward with the episode that I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be giving you a quick life update because I believe you deserve it, or you don't, or it's not that you care, which I believe you really don't. I'm just going to explain as to why I've been delayed with my episodes, with my podcast. So to start off, it's been a tough couple of months coming into the year. Unfortunately, I've got laid off from work, which wasn't part of the plan, but shit happens, and you just gotta accept the fact that you just gotta move forward from it or bounce back up from it. Just to cut the long story short, that's one, by the way. I got laid off from work. I'm currently unemployed for the last 2 months, so no stable income, no nothing. So here I am trying to do the things that could keep myself up from night. Well, regardless, I'm still actively looking for a job. I'm still actively looking for the job. Hopefully, I could get it within this month of March. And just praying for the best for better opportunities out there. Another thing is we just celebrated my daughter's first birthday, which was very unexpected because I wasn't really able to save up from my previous job. But we were still able to celebrate it in the most intimate and fun way. We celebrated actually in two ways. The first day, it was a day before her birthday. We had an intimate bonding experience with the family, just me, my partner, birthday celebrant, and my other daughter. We checked in a very prestigious hotel here in Lapu-Lapu City, and it was very fun and amazing, and it was a memorable experience for us, for the family. We just enjoyed it because, as you guys should know, Santi really loves pool. She loves to dip. She loves to play around the pool, and seeing her happy makes my heart happy as well. So my heart is filled. And the other celebration was we had a very nostalgic celebration because it's a Jollibee celebration. And if you must know, me and my siblings have celebrated a Jollibee birthday way back when we were young. So very nostalgic because I never would have expected my own kid to celebrate Jollibee, her birthday in Jollibee as well. Let's just put that aside. Everything was successful and amazing, and I'm just happy that we celebrated her birthday as memorable and as amazing that it should be. I'm gonna make amends on her second birthday. What I planned for her first birthday, supposedly, I'm gonna move it on to her second birthday, and it's gonna be a grand celebration. I tell you not, I kid you not. Hopefully in the next few months of the year, everything is going well for me. But yeah, that's just it. That's the life update I was gonna give you, and let's move on to our topic. Cue in music. All right. So the topic that we're going to be talking about is a very infamous idiom, a very infamous phrase that we all have heard, let's say the last 2 decades. It's the idiom that says life begins, it's in the title. Life begins at 40. Right. This is a very interesting topic. I'm not going to lie, this still applies to me as how we've seen it in the past generations, or in this current generation, to say the least. It's been very, very, very progressive in a way. I'm just going to read you a quote that says here, those who are 40 and over have lived long enough to make the realization that they can sell absolutely anything to 30 years old. Those in their 40s have the right experience, knowledge, all that kind of other stuff that they know, and they felt successful coming in through that year. But say the least, it's actually quite different right now in this generation, right? That idiom that we're currently talking about is much more of what a cliche per se. It's very overused, and it felt like it actually kind of lost its meaning. Why? Why? People in their 20s are making millions. People in their teenagers are starting to build an empire for themselves. People are buying luxurious cars. I'm saying this in people living in the Western countries. Here, for us, some people or some teenagers, some people in the 20s or in the 30s are actually successful in what they do. Why I say it's a cliche? It's because that idiom has kind of turned down a, 1 decade lower than it actually is. It's pretty much more life begins at 30. Again, I still apply for that life begins at 40 because I haven't made it yet within my 30s, but who knows, right? Even before I hit 40, I might find that thing that I'm trying to look for, that success that I was trying to look for, that I'm trying to look for. To give you more context for it, the reason why it's very easy for 40-year-olds to sell something to 30s is because nowadays, or let's say back in the day or a decade ago, those in their 20s are way too drugged to feel their brain cells, while teenagers are way too drunk to care about the workings of their lives. So it's pretty much more of the sex, drugs, and rock and roll for them. Does it apply to this generation? Sure it does, right? I mean, people are still having that wanderlust, that finding themselves, finding their meaning, their purpose in life, finding their ikigai. But as much as we see it in a way with today's generation, it's pretty different. It's pretty much very fast paced, mainly because we have lived in very open resources or available resources, especially in the internet. That is why people at a younger age are making a bunch of money, making a lot for themselves. Let's just say that. And it's very tough to accept the fact that some of us are still stuck. It's never too late, guys. It's just a matter of finding ways on how you could take advantage of what is present or what is available. Stop sulking around and be a keyboard warrior and just criticize other people's success when in fact you're there doing nothing. I'm not that kind of person. I've always envied those who succeeded, those who are doing well in life, and I'm proud of those people, especially people that I know. But I'm not trying to say that you're this, you're not doing that. I envy them because they're doing good, and here I am still trying to figure out. And as mentioned, we're gonna figure it out together. Life begins at 40. What more can I say? General knowledge based on what I know or based on how I see it. In your 40s, it's much more of a nirvana, right? It's like a meditation to yourself that you have done so much in your 3 decades that you almost know everything. You almost know the secret to success. And that is why people, authors, or any other philosophers or known people have used this idiom in their way of living. Why? I don't know. It's much more that all they wanted to do in their 40s is see how their riches are going on and further, and here we are still looking for it. But more so, again, the general knowledge or the way I see it is, once you're in your 40s, you have built something, you have built a business, you have may pamana, you have something to leave for the next generation, for your kids or so. It's very complicated if you see it in a perspective where it's just more about yourself, At least share it to the person you love or the person you're with. And if you're single, if you're alone, then share that blessing to other people who need it, right? Here we are. Here I am in my 30s, which still applies for that idiom, which life begins at 40. It's in our 30s that we serve as the battleground and marketplaces for, I don't know, manipulative opportunities out there, right? For us to fatten ourselves with the bliss that is ignorance. It's like a discovery. It's like a battleground or fighting for yourself, knowing that there are so many opportunities out there, and sometimes we tend to pass through what is already present, what is already available. Hence, most people in their 30s, including me, are ignorant about the stuff that we are capable of doing. Just to end this topic or this discussion, the reason why I wanted to discuss this is mainly because it's not just about being 40 where you wanted to reflect. It's pretty much more on how early you wanted to take that idiom a decade a notch, right? If you want to see other people, or if you want to see yourself much more successful, then grind as early as you can. I think that's pretty much the whole point of this topic. I think it's not just about trying to build up until you get to your 40 to realize that there are current stages in life that you need to go through and able to achieve what you wanted to have when you're in your 40s. And the reason why I said that we need to take a decade down on this idiom, which should be life begins at 30, is because there are so many available resources and opportunities out there that we could take advantage of and reflect even going through our 30s. Again, I mentioned this earlier that even teenagers are very much successful with all the available opportunities that they have, especially with the internet, online stuff that they know, trading. I'm gonna just name things here: trading, stocks, crypto, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, real estate. So a bunch of other stuff that we can take advantage of. It's just a matter of finding the right knowledge and how to take advantage of the available resources that we have. I think I'm saying this over and over again, but that's the whole point. It's not just about waiting until you're 40. It's pretty much of not just finding yourself at your 20s or getting drunk at your late teens. It's pretty much more about making it in a certain stage in your life. You don't have to wait at your 40s. To cut it short, as early as you can, whether you're in your 20s, sure, you could travel, use your money to do other stuff that allows you to have these. You could use your money to buy you that dopamine that you needed, but at the same time you need to think of how fast this generation is and how quickly opportunities can be gone in just a second. Yeah, it's gonna be there for a very long time, and as early as we can, we just have to do what's best for ourselves and take it slow. Take it slow. Oh my God, I'm being so ironic right now. Just live life happy, man. That's what it's all about. Wait, I'm currently. But yeah, that's it. Life begins at 30. You don't say. 30 hits you hard, man. It hits you hard, I should say. It's like there's so many uncertainties. That's why I quoted that on your 30s, it's a perfect battleground. Make the right decisions in life. That's it. In the long run, we may able to learn the tricks and trade from those 40s and overs, right? So when people come up at you, what do you do for a living? Or how much money is in your bank account? At least you have something to say for yourself, right? Well, yeah, that is episode 2 of Life at 30 with Claude. Thank you so much for listening. Tomorrow is going to be a new episode. I'm going to make sure of that. So thank you so much, and I hope that you have a great day ahead of you when you're upon listening to this. Take care always, you guys. Goodbye, people of all generation. Claude